So today, welcome to TJ's People. How does that
I'm
sound?
people.
Yeah. You're my people.
I'm your people.
He's my people. I love him. He's my people. All right, so first, try the Etouffe. Todd is also a cook. Usually very hard for him to not take over whatever I'm cooking. And I commend you for watching the whole taping of the show without jumping in and taking it over.
It was hard, but
I know.
you know, hey.
So, what do you think?
Good. Really good.
Yeah. You need some. I'm going to put a little hot sauce in mine.
I think I will too.
Yeah. I use Crystal hot sauce from Louisiana. Todd uses Louisiana hot sauce.
Nothing but Louisiana hot sauce.
But they're both Louisiana products. You know, as long as we're not being asked to be part of the Louisiana education system again, I think we can promote whatever within the state. All right, Todd's 4.5 years older than I am. A lot older.
Yeah.
And must have been hard. Tell him how hard it is.
To be in your shadow.
Older brother in the shadow of the younger brother.
Yeah, it's been difficult all my life, but you know, I accepted it at a pretty early age. You know, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. You know, I was going to play second fiddle, just the way it is.
Yeah. But you know, you take what role you've been given in life.
That's it. Hey, I learned it a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. So what did you and Jody do last night after I went to bed? She said y'all stayed up late.
We stayed up late, and we actually talked about everything that's going on with y'all. You know, we don't talk that often. Mm-hmm. We're busy.
You're lucky.
We're all busy, and we caught up, did a little gossip.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Jody gossip?
Well, a little bit.
You did?
Talked about business, talked about life, talked about the kids, that sort of thing. It was enlightening.
Right, but y'all didn't like make a touch of one another.
Did what?
Didn't make a touch of one another or anything like that.
Oh, no.
I was worried. I didn't want to leave y'all two alone in here.
Yeah.
While I went to bed.
Well, Jody is, as you know, more like a sister to me than a sister-in-law to me.
Is she?
It's always been. It's not like we just started out. I mean, how many years have y'all been married? 28?
28, yeah.
Yeah.
And we dated less than a year, like maybe 6 months before she proposed. I mean, that girl knew what she wanted, you know.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm. But Todd and I were like, when we were growing up, he was, you know, sometimes like a father figure kind of thing, in a brother that was only 4.5 years older than I was. Our parents didn't get along when we were kids, and so we
That's a good way of putting it.
They didn't get along, and so we just kind of had each other. And he was telling my wife the other night, he said, and my little friend Jenny and her handsome husband Michael, that we slept in the bed together. We slept in the bed together, you know. And what we would do is we would lay back there when we were supposed to be going to bed, going to sleep, and then we would laugh. We would tell, you know, jokes about people we know. We would do impressions of other people and laugh, and we would recite the lines to the movie Smokey and the Bandit because we had seen it so many times. Our mom used to use Smokey and the Bandit, or use the movie theater in the little town where we were living as a babysitter. And so we saw the movie, you know, Burt Reynolds' Smokey and the Bandit so many times that we could lie in bed at night and recite the whole script from front to back.
Yep.
Not back to front. That would have been a little too much.
That'd been difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But we probably could have. We just never thought about that.
Yeah. But, I mean, I didn't really know though that was normal.
I didn't either. I mean, that was normal for us.
The way we were brought up and all.
Yeah.
Was anything ever hidden from us as far as things that only the adults needed to know?
I don't think so. Mm-mm. I think everything was just out on the table, you know?
Mm-hmm. It was, I believe.
Yeah. You remember Aunt Margie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nana's sister?
Yeah.
All her shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
When we were little, they were just, this is what your Aunt Margie's doing. And I mean, it was, you know, pretty raunchy stuff. And that just came right out, you know? Yeah. Aunt Margie, she's going to burn in hell.
She's been out there drinking again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Had a wreck. Remember she had that
Had that horrible wreck.
Oh.
Well, that's the Lord putting her where she needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before she passed, Aunt Margie got right.
Did she?
Yeah, she got right with the Lord.
Well, good. Mm-hmm. Good.
You didn't know?
No, I didn't know. I kind of lost contact. Yeah. Over the years.
But I mean, it just was, I didn't know though, maybe it was the area we were raised that all kids knew all of the drama that went on with the adults and all of that stuff as much as we did.
As I look back now, as a responsible father and husband and adult, I really don't think other families were as open about personal adult issues with their children as our family was. Yeah. What do you think?
I wouldn't think, none of my friends' parents were like that. But then again, I just used to think that nobody else's parents had that much drama going on with the adults or, you know, that sort of thing.
You know, I think every family has issues, but
of course.
Most of them, you know, keep private matters private and certainly don't involve the children in the adult issues. I tend to believe that. I know, you know, I have 3 adult children, and if there were any adult issues when they were children, they weren't aware of it.
Yeah. My wife, to this day, our kids are grown, and she'll be like, "Don't you dare say that in front of Lainey." Say what? That I got to go for a checkup at the doctor? She will worry to death. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, different strokes.
Mm-hmm. So what is something that you think that we may have missed out on by growing up in such a small town? Do you ever wish we would have grown up in a bigger town?
I certainly didn't then. As a matter of fact, you know, I thought there was nowhere else to be growing up in that small town, to the point that I decided to live, raise my family, and work in that small town. I didn't think there was anywhere else. I had job offers to go other places. I went out to Colorado. I had a job offer out there, and I went and visited, and I declined the job because it wasn't home. And I thought that little town was all there was, and I couldn't go anywhere else. And about 21 years ago, I guess, I decided, hey, you know, there's better opportunities out there. And I left. And as I go back, you know, in my travels and so forth, I realize, you know, I wish I had left 20 years prior to that. You know?
Yeah. I guess I was about maybe 24 when I realized we were free to go. I mean, I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah.
But once I found out, I was...
You were out. Well, I'm a slow learner.
Yeah. But there are so many, you know, because my kids now have grown up in a bigger city and with people who aren't from, you know, we're all transplants pretty much in this area for the, you know, the people that my kids went to school with and all. And I hate that they missed out on some of the small town stuff, like neither one of my kids ever cared about, school functions or ball games or homecoming or prom or any of that stuff. They don't know what it's like to go and spend a Friday when you're supposed to be in class decorating a car up to be in the homecoming parade,
that
things
sort of
like
thing.
that. I mean, and they're, it's like they're also, they are in the minority of Southerners, from their high school.
Yeah.
So, they don't care. I mean, the football field and the PA system at the football field, when Laney was in school, I would go to the games, and it's just awful. And I would go in Winfield, tiny Winfield, Louisiana, you would have the top of the line sound system.
No doubt.
You would have so much time and effort spent on the grass looking just right, and because we had three sports, we had basketball, baseball, and football, and that was it.
That's it.
And so I missed out on the fact that they didn't. My kids had the opposite of school spirit. They didn't get any of that because they're raised, in a bigger city with Yankees who like lacrosse and soccer, and swimming and stuff. Can you imagine lacrosse and soccer? I mean, they get way more attention than the football.
Yeah.
Around these parts. But I guess we do need their tax money to survive.
I guess.
That kind of thing.
I'm
just kidding if you're not a Southerner, but I'm.
I do kind of miss the community feeling of the small town. I mean, growing up there as an adult, I was the president of the Rotary Club for a year. Very active in Rotary and other community
Bible studies.
Bible studies, things like that. Friday night football, I was one of the guys that helped run the chains on the sideline. Things like that. I don't guess I'd want to go back, but they were all positive things in my life.
Yeah.
That I enjoyed.
But I don't ever look back and say I wish things had been different. I'm not one of those.
No,
people.
I don't either. I think
you get what you get.
You get what you get, and you gain from each experience, whether it be positive or negative. You have to grow from that, and I don't regret my time in the small town. I'm glad I'm not there now. My kids are grown. They're all thriving and doing well. I couldn't ask for more. Me and my wife are happy. We live a good life.
She just lost a bunch of weight.
Oh, yeah.
So
after 36 years of marriage.
She lost a bunch of weight. She's getting a lot of attention from other men, finally.
No, I don't know about that.
Big city men.
Yeah.
Looking at her in a new way.
Well,
I get it.
She's in real estate. So, she retired as a school teacher, and now she's in real estate. And she's happy, and I'm happy.
Yeah, Southerners always want to know what kind of teacher.
She was a school teacher.
Yeah, not just a
she
teacher.
Was
she was a school teacher.
Yes, she was. She was coach.
Yeah.
Girls softball and basketball.
Yep. She
Taught
played,
PE.
Played softball for Louisiana Tech University.
As a matter of fact, she played softball at Louisiana Tech in their inaugural year of a softball program.
Oh.
The year they formed the softball program at Louisiana Tech, she was the defensive player of the year.
Is she old?
She's 60.
She old.
She's 60.
Well, Jody was an athlete when I first met her.
Really?
Yep. She was shooting those little tiny basketballs at the bar in that hot shot game. That's what she was doing. And I did this way because she's left-handed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first time I really got to see her. And I guess I couldn't walk away from.
I remember,
it was like a star athlete like that.
Yeah.
Pretty and prissy at the same time.
I remember you telling me about the first time you saw her, and it wasn't a bar. She was dressed like Raggedy Ann or something.
It was a Halloween costume contest thing.
And you said, "It's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's going to be my wife." And lo and behold.
And I want to know why if you love me so much, you didn't stop me. I'm kidding. She's a treasure. But people don't want to sit around and hear people brag about their,
No, they don't.
their things.
They don't.
Like,
Because,
their possessions like
right.
that.
Yeah. Because they don't all have what we have.
She's my prized possession.
Yeah.
I own her, and I'm so glad I do.
Yes, you do. And she appreciates being owned by you.
Yeah, I mean, you see her in here just getting everything done that needs to be done around here. Mm-hmm. Where is she? She's at the store.
Mm-hmm. Or at the salon.
She's shopping, getting her nails done. All that I told her to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, is anything else anybody needs to know that's interesting? Anything about me? It's mainly what we're here to do is highlight me.
Don't know of anything.
No. I had terrible teeth when I was growing up. Remember that?
Well, you had the
Before I
little
had-
buck teeth.
Mm-hmm.
But
and a gap between them really wide.
Yeah, but the braces fix that.
Yeah. And I don't limp at all now.
I probably needed braces too, but they couldn't afford them when I came through.
Yeah.
A lot of things like that worked out, for you. They couldn't afford to buy me a car
Right.
4.5 years earlier, but when you got old enough for a car, lo and behold, they could afford it at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, little things
that
like
was
that.
nice though that you were happy for me.
I was happy
Yeah,
for you.
I know.
I was.
He was, and didn't our parents go to you, or our mom?
My mother asked me, she said, look, your brother is turning 15, and 15 at that time, you could get your regular driver's license in Louisiana. You didn't have to wait until you were 16. No learner's permit, anything like that. He was turning 15. She said, your brother's turning 15, and I know we didn't do it when you were that age because we just really couldn't afford to do it, but now we could afford to buy him a vehicle, but I want to make sure that it would be okay with you and not hurt your feelings or anything like that. And I said, no. I said, not at all. I said, it's like, the feeling I have is like a child. You want your children to have more than you had. And I said, I feel the same way about him. Buy him whatever you want. It's not going to affect me. It's not going to hurt me. I'm fine.
Yeah.
And they did.
They took him up on it.
They did. And, I thought they were going to buy you some little used, AMC, whatever.
Like a gremlin or
A
something.
gremlin, yeah. But I had the opportunity to go and pull your brand new Firebird off the showroom floor whenever they bought it for you. Man, I'll never forget that experience. Yeah. That was nice.
I'm glad you were there to do it.
Yeah, I was.
It was a big surprise to me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
It's a true story.
Well, but my children, their colleges are not balanced at all.
No.
Like that. So, our daughter went to private Christian school in Nashville, and our son is
Belmont University.
Yeah, and our son is up in the mountains at a state school in a town so small the local hooker's a virgin. So we'll try to even it out someday, though.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, well, cool. Thanks for joining us on TJ's People. If you have any comments or anything, I'm sure we'll hear from you, especially if they're negative. But just know that I don't read negative comments, and if you don't write something complimentary, you'll be banned from watching or listening to anything ATJ Inc. again. All right? Okay. You have a good one now.